Good morning, beautiful people. How are you doing? Hope everyone had a good weekend. I'm just doing some things my end. Good morning, good morning, good morning. That's good. I can now increase the size of this. How is everyone? Market's looking a bit janky. I didn't short. I didn't do anything today, to be honest. Been busy this morning. Um, so there's been no short from me. However, there's the setups there. Um, I haven't really looked too much into it. I don't really like the gap down. Don't really like the move up. When I came to the charts this morning here and I was just like, meh, looks a bit horrible. However, I do like the violent move up, tag previous day low, and then correction into this 50% mark, which got hit to the tick on ES. So, or actually, no, not necessarily to the tick, but there is dive. No, there isn't. So yeah, so right now I'm definitely leaning bearish, but I didn't take the short. So yeah, sucks to suck from me today. Um, okay, let's just do a Monday morning briefing. Okay, so as of right now, we had this V-shaped reversal out of all of these weekly wicks that were being sold off. We got ceasefire news, market corrected, ceasefire is no longer on. So that doesn't, I think that kind of weighs towards this. Weekly, we had that weekly swing, we had that weekly expansion candle to the upside. We out now have nothing, we gap down. Um, if I go to the daily, as of right now, we don't have a swing on NQ. Spoiler, we did have one on ES. Let me just do this. Right. So we had that. I guess you can call it divergence of some kind. Like NQ showed relative strength. However, the most important thing for me is that basically we had that opening print in the wick here. ES completely sold down, kind of giving us that bearish momentum into a Monday, and then we had that news about ceasefire, the ceasefire and negotiations with Iran, basically not being successful. So the market has kind of gapped down, and we'll come on to that shortly. If we go down to the 4 hour, we've basically just gone up for the last 16 hours since the open. Um, it's not really much to say about that. We're getting this 4 hour candle presenting a swing. I think the safest thing for us right now would be to sit, wait for this swing to form, and then trade the next 4 hour candle. Um, I'm going to be patient. I've been trying to be patient since this whole Iran thing's been kicking off. We're in this hourly expansion candle to the downside. It's basically took out the previous hour low and is claiming back inside. That's not necessarily a bearish look for me, especially considering we've basically only gone up. We've more or less pulled back into 50% of that undelivered range. And now it's pushing to the upside, and we have basically those lows get taken and then trading to the highs. If we can pull back up into 68 15 on ES and 25 125 on NQ, I will drop to lower time frame and look for shorts. Um, just because naturally this gap down kind of makes me bearish. We pulled back up into most of this gap, tagged previous day low. Signatures on the day are kind of screaming to me that we could go lower. It will be a very, very light trade from my end, especially on a Monday after a gap down. I don't necessarily do well on these days. Um, so yeah, so this is an area that I'm looking to short, and I'll drop lower time frame and try and find an entry. As of right now, there's not really much to say on the market. Gap down, we're having some sort of correction. Is this correction going to turn more into a reversal? I don't know. But what we will do is we will find out. Um, Oil is basically the opposite. It gapped up. It's kind of doing oil things. I'm kind of just ignoring it right now. Let's have a look at gold. Gold gap down, retraced. Gold's looking probably a little bit more bullish right now. Um, we had that 4 hour swing. It took out those previous 4 hour lows, pulled back into 50%, and is now looking back to trade back up towards the upside. I'm not bearish on gold. And if gold can get through midnight 47 740, I think we go back. I think we start trading through to the upside. Um, yeah, the V shape out of here looks really bullish. It V shaped into over 50% of this drop, which kind of suggests to me they're accepting above this area. And if we can kind of, hold this cursor here and look, every time we drop below it, we kind of get bought back up and accept back above. On NQ, it kind of didn't really accept above. We haven't had really a test below that 50% area. Let's just mark out the 50% of the drop. I'm marking from here to here. It's basically rejected 50% of it. So I think it's a naturally bearish look, where on gold, basically it's accepting above, and every time it goes below, it buys above. So for me, it just needs to accept above. We need to basically try and take a trade off of that back towards the high. That's it from me, really. Market's pretty boring for me right now. I know a lot of people, you know, are killing it or whatever. I don't do well in markets like this, unless I'm on side with it at the start. I haven't been on side with it. I've kind of been very risk off. So at the moment, I'm kind of not really doing much, which is okay. I'm okay with that. Um, so yeah, we have our plans, and whatever happens, happens. We will kind of just wait for it to do its thing. Gold opens up in 8 minutes. I'd be interested to see if it can open up around this area and go, because then for me, it's like you have balance down here, you have balance up here. If it can open up here, maybe use this balance, claim back above, and start working through. And that sounds super simplistic, but that is genuinely how I look at it. But yeah, that's it from me. Hope you guys had a good weekend. And yeah, Sean, did I watch the Masters? I did watch the Masters. Shout out Rory for not choking. Did you watch the Masters? Anything on NQ? Not really. I mean, previous day low short was nice. Hey Nevin, I'm good. Thank you. Yourself? I am good. You were scared to short? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I think it's going to be very, very slow market today. Been hella slow the last 2 weeks. Yeah, but this is trading, by the way. Like trading isn't supposed to be like really fun and really interesting all the time, you know? It's mostly just sitting, being patient, which I've not been the best at probably the last 3 months, but last few weeks I'm feeling really comfortable doing nothing. Nevin, yeah, I think you should just wait. Yeah, I think everyone. I haven't actually really been on social media that much. Not through any reason other than I just don't have anything interesting to say. The market's quiet. Social media is pretty toxic. I'm I feel way better for not being on it all day every day. And I've just been patient. I don't feel like I'm sure some people, someone on Twitter is talking about how they're absolutely killing it in this market. Um, but I accept that some of that's down to luck because when in a headline-driven market, you don't really have much control. So, and for someone like me with my model, the headlines just crush me because I'm trying to be right on such a small time frame and then expand that across multiple. So for me, it can run me out, leave me on tilt. So I'm just trying to be more patient, be higher, like sit higher time frame, and kind of go from there. I bet buy the market was better. Um, I mean, I've had good periods in Trump markets as well. I just think that there's a lot of things that most of us haven't done, and it's trade the financial markets during a global conflict. I wasn't trading the market when um, the US invaded Afghanistan or whatever. So I don't know, like the regime change and adjustment to that. You could like I would say this, and I've learned a lot more about this the past year, is that a strategy could work in a bull market, a bear market, and a range bound market, but actually a lot of that is kind of irrelevant if there's a massive regime change. And the regime change right now is that there is a global conflict ongoing. So I haven't been able to really, trade or back test the global conflict. So I'm accepting that I'm in murky waters right now. And some people would tell you that their strategy works in this market. Maybe it does. I don't know. But I would say a lot of people haven't done that work or know that information, you know? What did that what did that message say? I don't know what that message said. It got deleted. Everyone have a good weekend. I was sad, no Formula One. I would have thought that they would have headed to Miami a bit quicker, but obviously they couldn't. Oh, like 50, 100. Like if you try and mark it into 100 contracts, you could send like during illiquid times, you can send NQ quite a bit higher. Like, 6, 7 points, which at that point, at that size, is quite a lot. Okay, imagine someone who has a system of a millionaire trader, but the guy who has the system isn't winning or making money. What's the problem? Apart from the execution mindset and experience part. Context, intuition, the reps, like those things matter, believe it or not. Like it's not always sunshine and rainbows. Um, so yeah, you know, there are periods where I personally have had red periods, and like some of my students have had like massive green periods because they're looking at things differently. Same context, same set, same model, but they're just looking at it differently. And sometimes that's okay, that's where that happens because people read the market in different ways. I'm good, man. I'm good. Did you take the long setup last night? Bro, I didn't even look at the charts. Didn't even look at it. I just saw NQ had gapped down and closed my chart and went to bed. But I never really trade Asia anyway. Or like that overnight session. Very, very, very rarely do I trade it. And if I do, it's to pass some eval or maybe if I'm rolling a swing trade. Like say I'm short here. I don't know. Say I'm short here. I might close the trade at 4 or just before 4. So like here, right? I'd probably close before MSC, so I'd close here, here, where somewhere in here, wherever. And then at the market open, I'm like, I want to still be in that short. Let's just say it then opens up here again. I would then retake it and put my stop loss back where it was. So that's the only time I ever really trade Asia. But I haven't done that for a while, to be honest. So, how are the dogs? The dogs are good, bro. Um, I was away at the weekend, so they were home without me, but they were good. They weren't on their own. Don't worry. I didn't leave them here by themselves. But yeah, they're good. They're growing quick. The little boy loves playing fetch, so we just play fetch most of the time. So yeah. But they're good, man. How much trades in a backtest do you think is required to make a model profitable? That's not the correct thing though, is it? Like I think a lot of people go to backtest to understand if something is profitable. I think if you approach it from a different mindset of let me backtest this and figure out if this doesn't make money, you're probably going to have a much better time because then you're trying to make it fail and you understand you can figure out why it works. Do I stick to ICT concepts? It's such a hard question to answer because I don't think that I don't think all I'm really trading is a 4 hour wick. How I do that's kind of irrelevant. But I mean, yeah, sure, you can but obviously put that in a bucket that says it's ICT or it's this or it's that. See, this trade for me is like I would want to be short here, like to like here. The reality is this stop loss is just quite big, right? This is my bias. I actually need to find a trade in here that makes sense. Do you have a curiosity for macro events? Not really, because it doesn't really help me, you know? That's the way I feel about it. Looking for shorts? Yeah, I mean the area I want to short from is on my charts, but we're probably not actually getting there right now. So GC longs, I would look to like naturally I would look to fade like previous 4 hour low. Like let's look at GC right now because Enki's not really doing anything where it is. 4 hour, we have 4 hour low, we have a 4 hour swing, so it kind of invalidates shorts for me, longs for me, sorry. Um, so naturally I would, yeah, I mean I'm looking to short this on like right here. This for me is like the ideal trade right here. Am I actually doing it? No, I'm not. And my break even point would be right here. Yep, that would be the trade. I wouldn't be taking shorts on here because I don't want to. I want to take shorts on NQ as well. So I'm like hedged at that point. I don't really like that. Afternoon, afternoon. Afternoon, afternoon. Yes, GC's looking to take a turn. NQ's pushing. So the deeper it pushes into here, the more likely I would like to see this high get taken and then ran away. I'm exclusively waiting for swings to form today because of the drop. So that kind of gives me a nice invalidation for a trade if it appears. If not, I won't be trading like true reversals the way I normally trade them after, on a day like today. It just doesn't suit me that well. Um, like gap downs and gap ups kind of turn me off. So um silver's dumping. NQ bias. After this move down, I kind of want to see it continue down, pull back into 50%, continue lower. Um I just don't like the hourly sweep and the 4 hour sweep, you know? It literally swept this 4 hour low and now it's trading higher. That looks pretty bullish to me. bullish 6 a.m., bearish 10 a.m. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. Right now the market isn't looking too hot for me. When another vlog? I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I want to do something that feels fun and authentic and not just do it to do it, you know? I don't know. I see a lot of people that are like just putting out content to stay relevant, and that doesn't really interest me a whole bunch. Um, so yeah, when I really sit and think about it, I have like this arbitrary goal, um, of like making X number of dollars. But then when I really break that down and reverse engineer it to like live the life that I want to live, that number is like way, way, way far away from what I could actually just do. And then I sit there and I think, well, why would I work so hard and do all this content and do all this other stuff to potentially use that to gain an audience, make more money? And then I'm like, I don't need to do that. Like, so I don't know. That's just me being 100% transparent. Um, I'd rather just do the trading thing, stream, keep it fun, at least for me. And if that means that we get to go on fun trips and record them, cool. If not, because trading is demanding more of my time, also cool. So I don't really know. I don't want to have something set in stone. Like I have to start creating content and doing X, Y, Z because then it becomes unfun, right? At least that's my thought. Uh, I mean, at some point, I would like to. I would like to pay less in taxes, or actually just make sure, like, live somewhere where my taxes are being used correctly. Thank you, pushing. See, the deeper we retrace into this area, the more likely we punch through and accept above. I don't know voltage, to be honest. I do not know. Gold hasn't really gone anywhere from its open. It's failing to, like, when I look at this chart right now, all I see right now is gold opened here, traded lower, came back above, fails to accept above here, and likely going lower, right? You just partial funded. You partial account use TLM as market addition and put you on tilt. Name a place where that's the case. Um, yeah, I don't know. I do not know. I don't think I get tax benefits in Puerto Rico. I'm not a US citizen. I'm not in either of these trades, by the way. These are just trade ideas that are there. I probably won't trade till 10. Uh, is the lab Discord shut down? I was a member and lost access. If you were a member, you should be able to go to WAP and reclaim your access. Um, Although Wattbot kind of had a meltdown and kicked everybody. We asked Wop to add everyone back, but it's kind of out of our control. There are no places that taxes are used correctly. I don't know if that's true, but I don't know. I don't know of a place, but I'm sure there is. How do I use the 30-second opening range? I use it to like just understand if on the session the market is accepting higher or lower. Lion, you actually had to have a active subscription at the point of it closing. You're late. What's the bias? I don't really have a bias right now. I can see lower. I can see higher on indices. Gold, I would like to see lower, but again, I can also see that it could just trade um, back above. So yeah, I'm not actively in a trade. Okay, so I did a quick chat GPT. No, it wasn't chat GPT, it was Claude. Okay, so here you go. The Nordics, Denmark, Finland, Sweden, and Norway and Iceland, they have one of the highest rates of income tax in the world. However, people in these countries are happy because their societies are prosperous with high quality social trust and honest governments. Finnish people aren't exactly thrilled about paying taxes, but they'll point to a wide array of public services that taxation makes possible: healthcare that covers everyone, all levels of education, unemployment and disability benefits. Yeah, and that's the point. Is what I was saying, right? Slow markets pre-market today. Okay. Um, Victor, I thought it was Victoria. Victor, do you think though that your taxes are well used? Although people are getting ripped off still, the money that is taken from taxes, do you think that it is it's well used, i.e. the country's safe? If something bad was to happen to you, you would, be able to get medical attention. Police are well, if someone was to break into your home, police would be there quickly, etc., etc., like those sorts of things. Or do you feel like the taxes are not worth it in any way? Kane sounding like he's about to move to Poland. No, I'd probably move somewhere a bit more exotic, right? But I'm just saying, I was just using the Nordics as an example because that's what Claude gave me. The base. Okay, the gold kind of trade is kind of invalidated now. Actually, it probably reopens it up. Yeah, there's no swing. Too much tax for the rich people. Okay, so the argument to that is, right, is that like the people that are in that bracket where it's like they're not getting absolutely stiffed by taxes, they're okay. paying those taxes because the benefits are there. In the UK, that is just not the case. I can just tell you that. Where do I usually live? I live in the UK. I pay UK taxes. Live account at Apex, untouched from last week, mate. Same balance, a little bit down right now. I haven't actually put like a decent trade on outside of an eval for coming up 10 days now. What about a live balance command? Nah, because I'd have to update it because I wouldn't connect it to it. Be a pain in the ass. Yeah, makes sense. You could definitely like I am I was looking for some sort of reoffer off of here and then yeah. But it took out this 4 hour low, immediately V-shaped out of here. Looks bullish. I agree. I agree. I agree. My bias was this. Reject off of here, except below some sort of trade into these lows. But it retraced quite heavily, which kind of put me off of it. Didn't take it. I'm not even logged into anything right now. Do you live outside the UK? No, I don't live outside the UK. I reside in the UK. I pay UK taxes. I get no tax advantages if I travel. I own. If I was to do anything anywhere else, I would still pay UK taxes because I live here. I spend 200 days a year plus here, so if I wanted to move away, I couldn't come back as much. And right now, I I don't want to leave here. So being a student in Denmark though is very good. Getting paid the highest in the world for taking an education whilst healthcare is free. There you go. How do you avoid taxes? Well, that's illegal. Actually, evading them is illegal. No, evading them, I don't know. One of them's illegal. Either way, um, personally, it's never worth the risk of not paying your taxes. It sucks. Trust me, I'm fully aware, but it's never worth the risk. Never financial advice, but what would you say is a smart way to allocate capital to ensure you can grow investments, personal capital, and enjoy your life? Understand how much you're making on average over the period of a year. Dedicate 33% to taxes. Obviously, if you're if you're what's it called? If you're in the higher tax bracket, dedicate 50% to it. Um, and split the rest. Invest 50%, live off 50% of the remaining. Personally, of that 50% of the remaining, you're obviously gonna have to pay your mortgage, rent, bills, car, etc. the 50% you can cut up into putting 33% of it into the stock market, 20% of it in a rainy day. There are loads of really good guides on the internet that say like set up a 9 month rainy day fund, put the money here, do this. By the time if you do this from 18 to 30, you'll be a millionaire. Like there are guides to do that. And especially with AI now, like people have got really creative with exactly how you cut it up and the smartest way to do so. But most people will get rich by um investing into investing into the S&P 500 over and over. Do you use spread betting in your trading? No, brother. Spread betting is obviously if you're a really good trader, you can do it, especially in the UK because it's tax free. But the reality is like there's just such a high risk of losing your money because you're just betting against the house. Let me read the question. The charts are boring, so apologies to people that are like trying to figure out something trading related. Um, ETFs, yeah, like an ETF, yeah. How do I approach prop firms when you started? Well, when I started trading prop, I desperately needed to pass them to make money, so I treated them very, very slowly. In fact, like mega slow in comparisons to the way that a lot of people trade them. No, I was trading CFD props, so they were really expensive as well. What would you say from your past as someone who's experienced nothing to where you are now, which is very successful from a lot of people's perspectives? Is what is I'm not sure. Is the question what is a comfortable amount to live on in the UK or what? Just got to be grateful. I mean, taxes are a good thing, right? Like that my accountant always says to me. Can I talk about the watch collection? No. How long did you first get payout? Like 3 months ish. Obviously, when I started trading, I blew a few, trying to figure out exactly how it worked, but it was very low. Like I took the cheaper ones to start with, trying to figure it out, understand the nuance to stuff. I would say this, right? That trading is a game that I think a lot of people can get rich in, but you could also go very broke trying to chase the quick wins and easy wins. Good morning, sir. How are you? Early
We're in
morning there.
what's up?
Said it's early morning there.
Early morning, 5:57 a.m. on the West Coast here. Down in
Damn.
LA.
Damn, damn, damn. It's
Damn,
early.
damn, damn. Early morning. Just
Early.
about to hop on and adjust the charts here and see what the general analysis for me looks like. So you guys gotta bear with me for about a minute or two.
Get it set up and then
Anthony?
we'll switch over to your charts because I've already done
Yeah,
mine. I'll be interested to see what yours is.
yeah, for sure. Look into it. But yeah, anyways, good morning, everybody. Hope we're doing well. Happy Monday on the new week. Nice little 400-point gap done in NQ to start off a beautiful week. So I'll get into it in just a second. I'm just gonna look at the daily and the 4 hour and hour here and then give you guys just my general consensus for what I'm expecting today. But yeah, hope we're all doing well. Happy Monday once again. We are down in LA until Wednesday, hanging out.
Coachella.
No, no, I didn't actually go to Coachella. I thought about it. No, I'm with T.
Shout out that guy.
Shout out that guy.
Get him on camera. Tell him he's not even on stream. Just rage bait him.
Face real. Face real T on stream. That'd be crazy.
He would fucking hate me.
I know.
Damn.
He'd be not happy about it. All right, so generally for today, kind of the consensus I'm getting, guys, is markets look like they're definitely on their way to fill out the new weekly opening gap. I think already, as we know, new weekly opening gaps become a primary draw for many types of markets, especially these type of markets where we gap down quite aggressively considering geopolitical news. Peeping the 4 hour time frame as well, what exactly do we notice? Well, we formed a very aggressive reversal candle at the 6 p.m. on Sunday close, which has led to a very nice bullish move since. The 10 o'clock led to quite a bit of an indecision slash a bit of a retracement candle here, followed with a two bullish expansion where the 6 o'clock 4 hour candle has now swept out the previous 4 hour low, being the London low candle or the 2 a.m. So as of right now, definitely looking like as we approach 10 o'clock, we'll likely get a bullish closure here on the 4 hour. And after the 4 hour closure, obviously, since we've already had a bit of expansion, I'm looking more for a bit of a retracement before looking for higher prices into this NWOG. I don't think we're just going to get another crazy bullish candle into NWOG. So expecting a bit of a retracement, probably looking for some higher time frame gaps to be filled, forming an SMT and then continuing into NWOG. But for myself, general bias, at least on NASDAQ here, does remain bullish. I would like to see the new weekly opening gap get filled for me personally, before then potentially framing some type of short signature up at around these highs. But yeah, as of right now, definitely looking like I'm more so trying to frame some longs. It's a little bit interesting though, just because when we're looking at this 4 hour profiling, like the fact that typically when we want to look at a sequence of 4 hour candles, I like to see an original candle one form a range, C2 sweep out one side of the range, then see a C3 and C4 expansion. But this is like we've swept out some lows from last week, some 4 hour lows from last week, formed a reversal candle, and now we're seeing a C4, a technical C4 sweep of the C3 low, which is a little, I guess you can either frame it as a C4 sweep of the C3, or you can frame it as the new candle one to candle two. So it just makes me a little less keen on wanting to trade this and instead watching to see how markets are going to play out into the New York Open before framing something for 10 o'clock. But general bias for me on indices is bullish. In terms of commodities, haven't looked at those quite yet, so I'll look at those. But this is the general consensus as of right now for indices. Yep, yep.
Yeah, I agree. I was looking for some sort of rejection off of this small retrace, but it's gone too deep now, and I agree with you. I think it's just going to trade higher. And
Mhm.
I think that if we look at oil, it's probably down to the fact that oil is just gravitating back towards $100 because he gapped straight through it again.
Yep. Yeah, Seal's back at 103. Jeez Louise, dude. Look at this gap up, guys. We gapped up all the way from 95 to 101 over the weekend. In terms of commodities as well, commodities also looking like they're likely going to trend higher here. 4 hour framework looks pretty solid for higher prices to fill out the gap. I actually don't know. I think gold might have filled the gap. No, gold hasn't filled the new weekly opening gap on the 4 hour yet, but that is something to pay attention for. Excuse me.
Let's see.
Phew. We're good. LA here, mornings are rough for traders. Yeah, I'm typically from like San Francisco area, so I'm kind of used to it, but just new setting, so not my craziest sleep.
Ali, I'm not sure of the question you're asking. Um, Live trading is different to prop trading, obviously, for what you actually have to prove because you in prop trading you can't like claim your commissions or write those off or like your fees, which obviously add up. Um, Especially if you're yeah, on your live account. And again, depending on where you are, different things. But for actual prop trading, you're just paid as a contractor, so it's just a one line. You put in 200 bucks, take out 2 grand, you pay the difference, right? Because the cost is obviously a cost, and how much you make is how much you make. So
Major 15-minute SMT with YM and NASDAQ here. So that's probably where I'm looking to potentially see higher prices. We also just confirmed a C2 on the 15 on
fuck happened to
NQ.
YM?
What?
Well, I'm just looking at YM after you said it.
Yeah,
It just
YM looks
died.
pretty. I know it looks gnarly. It's massive imbalance here too. So we'll see. Good morning. What's up? Not just over. Good morning. Good morning. Whoa! I just saw my thing. Zoom AI companion. See what we can form here. Nice S&T at the lows. Yeah, YM did die though, and we have a massive 15-minute imbalance too. One thing to pay attention for here as well on YM is the 4-hour framework. 4-hour both for NQ and YM, but YM showcasing it primarily here. Major 4-hour sweep of the previous 4-hour high has now led to a very aggressive 15-minute move. We've moved over 300 points off the 4-hour rejection. So if this 15-minute imbalance holds, we can likely see price continue lower, which gives me reason to believe we'll uh, likely see a bit of a retracement on NQ prior to higher prices filling out the new weekly opening gap, is what I'm expecting. But we will see. Yeah, for everybody in chat, what is your guys' game plan for this week? I think it's always important going in mental game plan. What are we thinking for? What are we thinking we want to do? Are we going to be more patient with trades this week? Are we just planning on sitting on only taking our trade setups? What's kind of the psychology? Not blow up, bruv. That's a great one. That was gonna be my next example comment.
Yeah,
Fair
keep the
enough.
money.
Not blow up. Keeping it 100, dude. Valid.
Respect momentum, not fade. Yeah, it's a good one.
Respect momentum, not fate. Yeah, that is really good. Coach Fred, good morning. Did I say sequential S&T, Leo? I didn't say sequential S&T, but I did say there was an S&T present. No confirmation, no trade. Got Trump talking at around 10 a.m. today. Lovely.
Lovely.
Lovely. Always looking forward to that, man. Yay. Love this game, man. Woo. Less is more mentality. Strictly YOLO. All right, I'm gonna let that one slide, you know. I'm gonna pretend I didn't read that. Hey, Coach Fred, bonjour. How's it going? Ed, less is more mentality. This is true. Guys, one good trade out does a bunch of smaller trades. First 4K pound coming this weekend. Out of the way, Sandy. Let's see it happen. I'm here for it. Dude, I was an idiot. I was trying to figure out how to frame, like when people do like live trading or the live trading recaps where their things are vertical and like you can see their chart in their face. I was
Yeah.
tripping. I was like, how do you do that?
Oh,
I
you have
just
to
had
just change
a,
the resolution in
yeah,
OBS.
it's a 1080 by 1920. Dude, this whole time, engineer, by the way, Chad, I was like, dude, how are people doing this? Like, I
Yeah,
was
it's the
just
other
trying,
way.
like, I literally, it got to the point where I was using 1920 by 1080p and I was using the option key to crop my webcam and my chart to like fit vertically in a horizontal setting. I'm like, what am I doing? Chat, this guy does not have it in him.
This
I'm
is when
telling
you
you now.
did T not show you?
T showed me yesterday, yeah.
I was gonna say because he would
I
know
like,
straight away.
oh, like, because I searched it. I finally like decided to actually, which was also an idiot. I also decided to just chat GPT it. And then right as I did it, he was like, are you stupid, dude? I'm like, I guess so. I guess so, bro. Is it better to have different strategies in the same asset or the same strat on different assets, same strat on different assets? If you have too much bouncing around different strategies between um like on the even on the same asset. Like it's going to be a lot less consistent for you to scout where exactly your failures lie in trading. So every time you take a loss, it's like, okay, well, it was this potential entry signature and this reason. And having lots of fluctuation makes it difficult to find consistency, right? If I'm trying to make you a professional miler in running, right, I'm not going to make you do 100-meter sprints and 200-meter sprints, right? You're not going to build endurance. If you want to be a professional miler runner or professional long endurance runner, I'm going to make you do long endurance or endurance workouts, right? It's kind of the same way with trading. There's lots of correlation to your daily life. Have you ever used order flow? I actually have not. I mean, I've looked at heat maps before. Personally, I haven't really gotten too involved with order flow though. It's never really been my cup of tea. Not to say that it doesn't work, but I just personally, it's not my form of trading. My plan for NQ is to see how we see the day one fair value gap we respect. I'll look for a buy model tomorrow. If we close below, then I'll look to go fucking zero. Cheers. Can't even argue against that, boss. Boss is coming up with a plan. Yeah, massive hourly SMT at these lows with NQ, massive hourly gap as well. NQ is the leading asset in this pair currently with SMT, so I'm more so looking to trade NQ into the new weekly opening gap. Likely going to see this new hourly, aka the 9 o'clock open, trace a bit. So we'll likely see New York Open have a bit of a strong bearish rejection prior to then a bullish distribution into the new weekly opening gap to fill it. Kind of my anticipation right now, especially because YM is showcasing some relative weakness with this aggressive 4 hour rejection. So we will see. But utilizing this 5 minute, this hourly, the 5 minute SMT was confirmed with the SIST here as well. So I actually did confirm a nice long signature at the 8:30. We will see. Yeah, chat. All some good reasons. No confirmation, no trades. Definitely. I mean, the thing is, I know a lot of you in chat are going to tell yourselves this, but then the second you take one losing trade, you're probably going to go on tilt. So if you haven't already, like a lot of the times, prop firms or whatever, they allow you to set rules on your account. And I know a lot of you mofos in chat be canceling your rules on trading on Trade of 8 or on Top Step right before you hit your daily loss limit. So make sure you guys are actually respecting it this week.
Guys, quickly, in case some of you didn't see, Propfirm Compare are giving away 20 TPT accounts, 10 150Ks and 10 50Ks. I'm gonna put the link for that in the description. No description in the comments. And you guys can enter that. It's done on the website, so it's fair. To put into context, what I mean by fair is someone entered 190 times to the giveaway previously, on 190 different accounts. And
Peace.
there's just anti-cheat measures so that it's completely fair.
Bang bang.
Bang bang.
EFC's on it. Dad freaking.
Sorry about that. Yeah, no worries, Sean. You're good. Yeah, this hourly candle looks fucking bullish, boys and girls.
Dude, I know.
I think you buy anything below 156 and target that full reprice.
Looking really, I know. I do agree.
Took out the low, closed all the way above. It's bullish engulfing.
Yeah, this 5 minute as well. We're now pulling into C3 here on the 5 minute on NQ pre 9:30 open. If we respect this, this is a C4 continuation. We see that candle 4 opened up And now we've respected a 5 minute imbalance. If we close above this, this actually confirms a, C4 continuation sequence. It's a little close to New York AM session where I'm not super comfortable entering that. If I were to, I would enter this with micros and light size just because the stop is relatively small on this too. So there's it's easy to maintain risk on this, but this does depend on if we get this closure. Target a 1.5 R during C4, but it looks really solid here for higher prices. Chat. Computer sounding like a jet engine for me right now. Fire. Afternoon gig. What's up, Jordan? 109 email 20. It looks like they're forming a bull cross. Can't say I've used the EMAs in a minute.
All right, guys, I just need to run downstairs for a couple of minutes. I'll be back.
Yeah, you're good. No worries. Yeah, chat. As of right now, definitely looking for higher prices. As Kane mentioned, I'm kind of on the same par with him here, looking for price to retrace anything below 156, which is by this imbalance here, looks really good for higher prices. If this 5 minute does close below or above this FVG here, I'll likely look, or even this 3 minute actually, 3 minute fair value on the C4, I'm likely going to shoot a an order. I guess 5 and 3 are aligned right now. So I'm going to look for a 5 minute entry here above this change in state of delivery, targeting a 1.5 R because it aligns well with the 7 o'clock high too. It's better to have different strategies on the same asset or same strategy. But I think we already answered that question from above. But definitely best to have one strat for multiple assets. Kenny Leo, my two favorite guys. What's good? What's up, Deep G? No, you're good. No worries. No reason to apologize. Just letting you know that we have it answered as well. You. We are sneezing it up, chat. Excuse me, apologies. Looks like we might get this closure here. If we get this closure, your boy's looking for it. There we go. That's the closure that I was looking for. Got 20-point risk here. I'm in on the SysD now. So I am in on this trade. I am in on this trade at the moment, chat. Just letting you guys know. Targeting 1.5 R on this as we get close to the New York Open. Could this be a bit sketchy? Yes. But guess what, chat? That's what we're here for, man. As we approach, as if we're already up in profit a bit as the into New York Open, I'll likely close the trade or put the trade at break even to ensure that I have proper risk here. That's likely my plan. That is likely my plan. When are you getting t-shirts on stream? I won't be getting them on stream today. I do apologize, guys. No face reveal for my brother. All right, we're in on this right now. Very light size, just because we are approaching the New York AM session open. But I do like the framework that this is a this is a C3. This is a C3 expansion here into the 10. So we might see a bit of rejection. So we'll actually gauge kind of what happens here. But we will see. We will see. But decides to disrespect it, so be it. C'est la vie. You know. We will see. Yeah, Chad, how was everybody's weekend? Do we have a good weekend reset before another week of trading here? What's kind of been everybody's verdict? I feel like we've had quite a few different responses in chat. But as of right now, once again, chat took this super light size. Probably if we were up before New York Open, likely just going to tag break even. But I'm just trying this trade out here for a C3 expansion. If this doesn't land, it doesn't land. And c'est la vie, chats, you know?
I'm back. You can. No, there you
Yo,
go.
yo.
Was good. Was
Nice
good.
stuff. Just spent some time studying and saw the misses. What about you? Hell yeah, happy to hear that. Dude, just hanging out, man. Whipped over a flight on Saturday to go hang out with the boy T Trades, and now we're hanging in LA. We're hanging in LA, a little hour-long flight for me. All right, nice retrace here. If we can get a good 5 minute closure, be nice to see us get at least a little bit in profit, and I'll move to break even right before pre-New York. Once again, this is a super light size tag trade here. I'm in with 4 micros with a 20-point stop. So light size. Lovely stuff. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, lower risk due to trading before the open, correct. It's lots of volatility at the New York Open. Definitely don't want to be throwing on too much size in case there's any crazy fluctuations pre New York Open here and also post New York Open. So playing a lot less aggressive into this move here. YM as well, finally regaining some strength. Looks like it's officially confirmed the SMT at the lows as well, alongside Nasdaq, or the 15-minute SMT that we had. So likely looking like we'll see New York hit a quick little bearish manipulation prior to a bullish expansion to the end log. Because Nasdaq here looks pretty solid. Ideally look for, nice little 10, 15 point move higher here on NQ, move my stops to break even right at the start of New York Open, and see whether or not we ride a nice 1.5R. That is the question, my friends.
EMA's a boomer. EMA's are simple. And sometimes simple is best. Doesn't really matter what you use as long as it works.
Yeah, true. Great movement here on this NQ trade, by the way. We're up about 10 points now. Be nice if this hits pre-New York. We've got 10 minutes before the 9:30 open. So if this can hit beforehand, I'd be happy that way. I wouldn't need to move because this is a type of trade I wouldn't typically move my stop to break even. If I'm moving to break even, I'm likely looking for break even with a closure above the 7 o'clock high here. Um, if we don't get that closure, I will likely not be moving to break even. I would typically not be looking to move break even, but as we get close to New York Open, I will look to move break even just to manage my risk. Because I do think there's a chance we'll likely see a bearish rejection at the open before bullish expansion. What was the entry time frame on your trade? The 5 minute, just because I was utilizing the hourly C2 closure. So this is now the hourly C3 expansion. We see here on this hourly framework on NQ, we formed a C1 range. C2 swept out the low of the previous hour, which is the 9 o'clock sweeping out, or the 8 o'clock sweeping out the 7 o'clock low, and has now led to a expansion on 9 o'clock. So yeah, we'll see how this expansion goes here. Definitely found this trade though. So ideally looking for this price. Once again, we'll likely move break even if we get a closure above 7 o'clock. If we get close to New York Open though, and I'm in drawdown, likely just bite the bullet on a 4 micro loss here. But we'll see how it happens. But we do have about 9 minutes until this New York Open. We will see what exactly happens. Patience, patience.
Look who.
God daily bearish us. This
Morning, Kev.
tiramisu stuff is so funny.
I love it.
Be some good 5 minute momentum here. I don't know if we actually formed an SMT at those lows. Yeah, we also did form an SMT on the 5. Nice movement here on the 5. 915 and 920. No, no SMT. What about the 905 and 910? Yeah, we did form an SMT. Nice expansion here. YM is now definitely looking like it's going to inverse the 15-minute fair value. that was previously formed. So if that inverses, that's going to look really nice for this New York expansion. Big fan of this movement here. Good morning. Good morning, friend. How's it going? 8 minutes until the NYO. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Bit of an indecisive 5 minute here right now as we're approaching New York Open. Good entry. Thank you. I appreciate it. I just took the 60 entry, experienced a bit of drawdown, but nice expansion off this. Nice move here. Come on. Give me what I want.
I think you'll get it.
Time frame. Sorry.
I think you'll get it.
Yeah. Hopefully, gotta love Sisty. Yeah, love me a Sisty. Love me a C1 through C4 framework. That's what I love. Nice movement here. I actually didn't even see that. Good movement here on the 5. Looks like we're gonna likely tap into that. Come on. Give it to me. Give me a man after midnight. Won't you? Come on, give me this strong 5 minute closure above the 7 o'clock high. I'm going break even on this trade, by the way. I did mention this to you guys. If we do close above here in about 40 seconds, I'm going break even.
The 3 minute already closed above.
Yeah, 3 minute close. I like to do it within my entry time frame. But yeah, it's actually a good point. Nice move here. Wow. She's a mover. 15 seconds here. Then I'm moving to break even. Oh my beautiful, beautiful move. Oh, all right. I'm moving my stops to break even here. Stops move to break even now on this trade. We are now 5 minutes from the New York Open. So hopefully look for this expansion right now into this. If we can get it, this trade hits pre-New York Open, I'll be very happy. Small trade, 4 micros once again, but I'll take it. It'll be nice 31 point trade per con. So I'll take it. Nice react. We see that we pulled back to the 7 o'clock high here. Tried to do a bit of a wick fill. So ideally look for expansion now. Oh, baby, a triple. That'd be nice. Little 30 point times 4 micros. We'll take it. We'll take
Be
it.
great.
That's $240. Lunch money and more. Alrighty. Tagged out. There we go. That's TP.
Nice. Good
Bang,
job, bro.
bang. Thanks. There we go. 31 point trade here. So that's about $244 of profit on this trade. Beautiful. Nice. We'll take it. Alrighty, guys. Now we prep for New York Open. That was a little pre-New York trade there, following the C1 through C4 framework. As I mentioned, once again, we had a C2 sweep followed by a C2 closure. All I did was watch for C3 to pull into an imbalance. We had this 3 minute fair value, or this 5 minute fair value gap here. 9:05, which is the C3. 9 o'clock is the new C3 candle. Retrace into the C2 framework, so an imbalance during the 8 o'clock period. We respected it with the closure above the SIST. Put my stop at the low, the protected low, which is the retracement into this fair value gap, and then grabbed a trade higher into this 1.5R. As I mentioned, I wanted to see the 7 o'clock high and moved my stops to the break even of the 7 o'clock high. So super solid here. Now we prep for New York Open. Once again, very light size. I didn't trade with regular size because as we approach New York Open, there's lots of volatility and lots of potential indecision on where price is going to move in the moment. So we'll take this though. Nice little 240 point or $240 winner to start off the AM session. Nice one. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Now you can go sleep again. Yeah, right. That's just the start, dude. I got Pookie on the stream with me, guys.
It's got money to make.
I got money to make, chat. We got families to feed. You always have 1.5 R. I do most of the time. If I'm trading expansions, 1.5, 2 R. It depends on where my draw lies. Here you see that my major draw is this new weekly opening gap, but the 7 o'clock high also had a very aggressive pivoted market. So the 7 o'clock, I don't typically like to shoot for more than an extreme draw on liquidity. Like if the 7 o'clock showed an aggressive reaction in market, most of the time what that means is I'm likely if my 1.5 R is relatively close to 7 o'clock high, most of the time we see that play out. But if I were to go very expansive, look for like 2R around here, especially close to the New York AM session open, there's a lower chance I'd see that hit. Just because it's also further away from where we saw market react aggressively. CK Leo won that trade because he loves tiramisu more than you. Bro, what is that about, man?
I just don't like tiramisu, so
Oh,
there.
that's the whole. Okay.
Yeah.
That's really all it is. Alrighty, 2 minutes into the New York AM session open here. Got it. What's up, Monster Man? Tear me who? Tear me who? Yeah, well, actually does look like 2R is going to play out on this trade. Looks like expecting a bit of a of a bearish leg into the New York Open, though. I feel like I'd be surprised if we just rock it up on the start. I'd want to see a bit of a quick bearish sweep out and then bullish manipulation or bullish expansion into the New York or New Weekly Opening gap. Jeez, I can't speak, guys. I'm stuttering over here. I think I will walk if New York City don't move. So New York City's moving. New York City's definitely moving. Got lots of people there, dude. It's a quick moving city. Don't worry, chat. I'll convert Kane to being the bigot before the end of the year. Fire. Maybe make him like some strawberry matcha tiramisu. I feel like that could hit.
I don't know about that. Okay, with the open coming up. Good luck, everyone.
Hopping on the 3 minute here. My preferred time frame. 3-1 for the New York Open. Alrighty. There she goes.
There she goes.
Not super crazy, chat. Not a super crazy open to begin with. 30 seconds in, not seeing too much. Looks like we're likely just going to see price pull into the end log. Yeah, Hunter, I took the 5 minute continuation on NQ. I took the 5 minute sequence here. Worked a lot better for me personally.
Oh, this could get ugly pretty fast, I think.
Dude, it's not looking super solid here, yeah.
They're trying.
Mm, I don't know about why I'm looking good for a continuation here. I'm not too sure. I'm not a fan of this open at all. I did say I wanted to
Pretty
see a
bearish,
I
actually.
wanted to see, yeah, a bearish sweep before we saw bullish expansion, which we're seeing, but it's really going to depend on how it less volatile open as well. Wow. Yeah, YM actually quite weak here on the one, pulling back into the 15-minute about 15-minute fair value here. She's looking weak, dude. Because this on the 3 and 30, on the 3 and 1 minute here, that becomes a sweep out of the higher time frame. Oh, I'm seeing some gaps in my NQ data. Nice. Morning, what's up, Bella? Good morning. Jeepers.
They're buying it now.
Yeah, I know. Back into that 15 here. Yeah, see how we react to this 15-minute imbalance chat. So ideally, I mean, that's a nice bearish leg. We also got below. No, we didn't even get below. Hmm. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know, chat. Nothing for me yet. NQ took the gap. Yes, didn't. Fair enough. NQ hasn't fully filled, has it? It hasn't filled the gap yet. I'm tripping. Oh,
For the daily gap, but I mean,
yeah, we could do it. So, wow. NQ strong reaction there from the retrace. Yeah, see, this for me is a bit side. It's like obviously prices want to pull higher into the full end log, but it's hard to framework this. YM looks like slightly better framework with this retrace into the imbalance, the 15. So likely look for expansion higher there.
so for me, if it can break below 200s now, it looks pretty bearish. Bulls had a chance. Um, they reoffered the high. How you doing with that new Apex account? It's down slightly, bro. I had like a losing week on it like 2 weeks ago. I haven't really touched it since. Wait for the market to kind of get back on side with me. Yeah, I like shorts into that 156 low. Um, it's just I would like to see ES close below like 830s, 830 and a half, like that 3 minute inversion. If it can close below that 3 minute inversion, I think it should trade into at least 50% here. And if it does and then accepts below, I think it probably retraces most of this. I think it probably goes to that AO6 low. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm not in anything right now. Um, so
Yeah, I'm kind of hands off here as well. We're seeing a sweep out of the previous 30-minute, also swept out the 7 o'clock high. Now kind of looking like we're likely going to trace lower right now. I'll probably see NQ get back below 56 here too. YM's likely going to fail this inversion on the 15-minute fair value that formed too, since we're getting close to the end of this 15. So yeah, honestly, might be looking for some lower prices here, guys. I can't lie. I can't lie, chat. Yeah, because we also did finish on the 3 minute. We finished the C4 sequence here, so we'll see. As of right now, though, hands off for me once again, chat. Just kind of wanting to see how market decides to play out here. What are commodities looking like? Gold and silver kind of bones. S&T there. Yeah, we'll see. It's only Monday. Relax, dude. I'm relaxing, man. We just took a small winner pre-New York. I'm kind of hanging. I'm kind of hanging. Hmm.
It's only Monday. Exactly.
Yeah,
We got 4 more days of this, so
true.
Friday is OPEC. Yeah, exactly. Good morning, everyone. So ES looks a little bit more bullish than NQ here. They bought ES up quite nicely the last few minutes. NQ failing.
Yeah, likely wait until 10 here for myself.
Agreed, yeah.
But do you look for FEG and SIST on same time frame or different? Same time frame. Unless I'm using if I'm using like a 15-minute if I'm using a 15-minute fair value gap and I'm locating a 15-minute SMT, then I'll use a 1-minute SIST confirmation for that entry signature. But most of the time, I do look for SIST. If I'm trading continuations, like these fair value gap continuations within a candle 1 through candle 4 framework, that's utilized on the same time frame. So 5-minute fair value, 5-minute SIST, 3-minute fair value, 3-minute SIST, 1-minute fair value, 1-minute SIST. That's the typical rule of thumb for me. Yeah, here's kind of, I don't know, guys, not too big of a fan here. I mean, what are we to expect, right? 400-point gap down in NQ, and we're seeing a decent recovery. So likely, I mean, ideally look for, I mean, slow chop higher. I just don't really see a place where 10 o'clock was going to be giving me much cleaner movement, but we'll see. We've got 20 minutes until then. Also, not to mention that we do have existing home sales at 10. Yeah, I am, bro. Hope that answers your question.
I mean, as of right now from the open, if you mark these bullish candles, um, like the lows of these bullish candles, and when they're traded through, and they just immediately offered on the to sell on NQ, where on ES is kind of finding some headwind at these 30s, so like 32s. GC trading a lot higher. What's oil doing? Oil is slowly pushing lower, whilst indices do the same.
Commodities here as well, forming quite a large SMT. Silver and GC here forming some decent SMT with each other.
ES is getting that push now.
Yeah, check quite a big. Honestly, silver shorts don't look too bad if we close below 73,960 here. We'd have to see a 5 minute closure confirmation there, or even a 3 minute. Actually, just confirm the 3 minute closure. Um, Missed that entry, but I don't know. I haven't been too big of a fan of commodities recently. I made that switch to basically only trading gold from October to December of last year, but now I'm a little more hands off on commodities. Gimme a man. See, Chad, this is a type of price action here. There's zero reason. Like, if you're scared. Oh, Dan, good morning, by the way. I didn't see your message. Good morning. If you're still wanting to frame something, like look at this 3 minute and this 1 minute. If you are really trying to frame something with this indecision, my honest recommendation would be do a temporary lockout on your account or close the chart until 10. There's zero reason why you should be trading this. You cannot framework this type of price action right now. We are ranging on NASDAQ at the 7 o'clock highs with, we're seeing some bullish movement, but for the most part, Chad, it's like if you're really trying to scalp trade this, GG's. That's all I'm going to say. Good luck. Hmm. It's rejecting previous day open. True. Dude, so many people blew up last night. Yeah, I mean, you see a 400 point gap down, everybody immediately started slapping longs. And the thing is, too, is the reason why people like slapping longs, I mean, wasn't the smartest, wasn't the worst idea. But the funny thing is the fact that people thought that we were going to get limited retracements. They decided to slap longs with size that they know they couldn't accept drawdown in. And so most of the time, their accounts ended up getting blown. I have some friends that took, one, two, maybe three micros on longs and ended up making, 400 to $1,000 off the trace back up. That's because they were smart, right? A lot of people that saw a 400 point gap down immediately started slapping on two, 3 minis of size on a 50K account, and then they wonder, they're like, I wonder why I'm getting liquidated out of my 50K account. Yeah, maybe it's because you're throwing 3 minis and you just need a small little retrace of X amount, and you've got your account blown. So yeah, GC and silver here showing some relative weakness. Retrace to 30 minute gap. We'll see. VIX is bullish. Let's peep it. Yeah, not much here, chat.
Going with this hourly high now. I mean, if 10 can close like this is potentially looking for some like acceptance back through the range.
Um,
At least for an hour.
Not much from my end here, chat. Can't lie. Silver trade is playing out nice. Yeah, silver didn't look too bad. I just honestly didn't hop in on it, to be frank. Nothing from me. Wow. Yeah, these shorts here. Q's getting weak here as well, getting back down to 608. Wow, Q's had a strong reaction there. Holy cow. There's the 50% retrace. So I've been talking about the option side, dude. Holy cow, look at the Q's.
Is it
Oh my
flying?
days, it's flying. It went from I just got in off the IB low on options and I'm up 40% in about like 3 seconds. I'm out. Dude, what the fuck? I immediately went $2 in the money there within like literally 30, but I couldn't even react. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. I'm up, dude, I'm up 3.6% on the options account within that was like 3 seconds. And now we're at 310. Bro, what is this? Holy shit.
Some news probably.
Yeah, that's getting close to 10. I'm fucking
Bro, just
three in
caught
the
the
money now on that.
nut low and
Dude, what
in
the
news.
fuck? Chat, I literally just got it. I just got in my fill price on Q. I got in at 946 is at 608.46 was the entry price for Qs. Oh my God, it's a $2 move in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, you're chilling.
Yeah, we're hanging. I've just been trading. I did some analysis. Oh my God, it's about to be 611. I'll take out my last con here. That's 126%.
Bears
Jesus.
feeling that pain. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people just are impatient in a market like this. So,
There goes new weekly opening gap. That's an official fill on NQ.
yeah.
Dude, what the fuck was that? Oh my lord, I just flew. My average fill price for these 609s. I got a fill price of 1.31, so $131, and I almost instantaneously got a fill out at 216 or 215. And now we are wow. Jeez, man. 609s went crazy. The 609s are now at yeah, almost $400 a contract now. GG's chat. GG's chat. Hmm. Yeah, well, I wanted long, but not really wanted it 100 point past my entry. True. Oil is dumping as well. Would not be surprised if that's the case. Yeah. Oh my God, oil's dumping.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Dude, look at CL, dude. Holy crap.
Back to 100.
Yeah, I gotta tell T to get on the charts, man.
Maybe YM catches up at 10 a.m. I mean, it's fucking pulled up quite a lot, didn't it? With that news.
Yeah, it was a bit intense here. I'll lock that out. I'm off the options for it.
It was 170 on CL, Jones.
Very nice though. Thank you, Ocean. I appreciate it. Two of two. I mean, one futures win and one options. I've locked out the option support after a candle like that. That was lucky. I was super lucky. I was just wanting to go for a 25 to 40% retracement of the IB low, and then we literally just had a humongous 945 candle. So because of that, I'm locked out. I'm not touching the options port today. I'm just going to see how 10 o'clock is. But we did fill out the new weekly opening gap on NQ now, which is a big thing to make note of. So we're about 8 minutes from 10 o'clock here too. So we'll see. But nasty retrace. Yeah, we also filled up we filled the gap down on Qs as well. So jeez Louise, man. That was a bit intense. Curious to look at the gap fill. Chat, once again, though, whilst we're on the live stream, make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the stream already. Already, the lab is at 2,260 subscribers. We have 227 of us. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys are liking the stream. We have 54 likes and over 200 of us in the stream. And you guys are seeing us take some winning trades. You guys are seeing us do some free education, free analysis live in front of every single one of you. So if you guys do appreciate these streams, W fucking lab, like our boy Deep G just said in the chat. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, and also make sure you guys are checking out Propfirm Compare. I need to ask Kane what the giveaways once again, but we've got some giveaways coming up with PFC.
Oh, we have 10, we have 20 TBT accounts, 10 50Ks, 10 150Ks running right now. I can
That
grab the
giveaway.
link. I can grab the link, but um
So make sure you guys are checking that out and liking, subscribing to the lab streams since we're throwing up some sauce, man. We are throwing up some sauce.
it's already running, DG.
Hmm. That was insane on the Qs, dude. Like right upon my exit, it went up another $1.20 in like 15 seconds or less.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What was the news? That was obviously news driven.
No,
What was the headline?
I haven't checked. Like, wait, honestly, dude, yeah, literally entry time 6:46 a.m. Exit time 6:49 a.m. That's a 3 minute trade. Jesus.
Financial juices down. Let's go to Twitter. Let's just search Iran, see what happens.
Abandoning uranium enrichment. But Iranian officials are studying abandoning uranium enrichment as a U.S. condition of ending the war. Kind of sounds like BS, but all right.
Yeah. So the headline is Iran reportedly weighing up the US demands on enrichment. The New York Post reports that Iranian officials are considering whether to accept the US condition requiring a full halt to uranium enrichment as part of the efforts to end the ongoing conflict.
Interesting.
I mean, look, how many times, like my 2 cents on it is how many times have Iran said they won't do it and then they continue to do it. So they might do it.
I'm gonna fill up my water. I'll be right back.
I mean, to be honest, it seems pretty reckless if they do um get get what's it called? Get a nuke. You're actually trading? I'm waiting, bro. I wouldn't trade till 10. And the way that this closes right now, it looks pretty bullish. So yeah. In exactly, yeah. Morning, Trace.
Quick message to relay. We got a T is saying hi to everybody from from LA. He says hi to you, Kane as well.
Appreciate that. Hopefully his what's it called? Um, he isn't getting too sunburnt.
Yeah. I got what the indecision on cues. All right, chat. 10 o'clock in about 2 minutes here. Keep on waiting. Good morning. What's up, Dre's? Need lab live emotes. Fire idea.
Yeah, can you add custom emotes to YouTube?
Yeah, I don't know if you. I feel like you'd be able to, right?
For subscribers only? Oh, like paying subs. Okay. I mean, I don't know. Am I from Cambridge? No.
Lone Kane or goats. Legend.
Shout out Sticks and Sushi in Cambridge though.
What about sushi in Cambridge, you said?
There's a no Sticks and Sushi in Cambridge. It's actually one of my
Nice.
favorite sushi places. Although
Damn.
it's a chain, the food there is just fucking great.
Sweet.
Akash, the review isn't for paying out. You can only leave a review um on firms you've traded with. So you actually have to prove that you've purchased an evaluation with them. We don't only accept reviews for people that have submitted payouts, but if you can't submit a review on a firm you haven't traded with. And also there's actually no requirement to do anything to enter the giveaway other than sign up on the website and put your email in. You can just get extra entries for doing extra things on the website. That's it. So yeah, so there's no there's no like requirement to do a certain thing. It's the requirement is to log in, register, log in, click enter. That's it. If you want extra entries, there are other things you can do like submit a review or etc. What if it's a firm you want to give away on? Yeah, you can't. You have to purchase an account with a firm. If you need an invoice and that invoice has to have a monetary value, so you can't submit entries for giveaway accounts.
Well, it actually was an SMT and gap fill. Very small, but we had a small SMT that formed on the 3 here on YM. NASDAQ here. YM swept out the previous low. NASDAQ actually led. So I'm not in this, but I'm just going to framework this trade so you guys can kind of see. So as we approach the 10 o'clock now, entry here, stop at the protected low. It's just a wide stop, hence why I'm also not in that. But this is kind of what the framework for a trade like that would look like. Either that or I'd look for a retrace into the change in state of delivery, stop at the protected low, and then target a 1.5.
Yeah.
It's kind of the framework there. Nice SMT there. So we'll likely see a little bit of a retracement at 10, tap into the 60, and then expansion higher here. Wouldn't be surprised if we just see slow grind up, kind of pulling into the rest of today.
I agree with you. Yeah. This 10 a.m. closure kind of invalidates trading for me. Just because it can retrace quite a way and still be right over a 4 hour period. I could look for a short here, but the statistics say that it goes up. So yeah, it kind of rules me out, which I know is boring for a lot of people, but I'm trying to be smart with my trading right now.
Amen. Cheers to
Amen.
that. I actually haven't checked what GC and silver are up to. I like the looks of shorts this morning on GC and silver, but I don't think we're gonna see the movement I wanted. Yeah, definitely not, especially at the 9:45. I think the 9:45 for me sort of threw off a lot of my general consensus on the day.
You gonna come to San Tropez this year?
For me,
Yeah.
dude, yeah, I'm gonna be there starting June 13th actually.
Oh, okay.
I'm there June 13th to June 13th to July 11th.
Oh, you're there for like almost a month.
Yeah, we're there for a fat minute.
Damn.
Yes, sir. Can be crazy. When are you pulling up?
Probably like start of June.
Nice. Sweet.
Crete is
Yeah.
better. You've not been to San Tropez well, then I can tell you that. San Tropez is fun.
That was really fun. I don't think I've ever been to Crete. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't. What's
I'm
Port?
going to Greece next month for a friend's wedding.
Sick.
Yeah.
Where about?
He's getting married in Ios, which
Oh,
is
no.
like fucking annoying. No direct flight. Um, you have to fly Santorini, get a boat, a ferry, or a helicopter across to the island, and the ferries only run twice a day. So yeah,
Jeez
I'm actually going to Athens
Louise.
in September for another wedding.
Oh my God.
Yeah, damn, that's crazy. That's crazy work, by the way.
That's insane.
That's fucking
That was
insane
insane.
work.
You have to come to Athens. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be in Europe basically. Yeah, quite a bit of the summer chat. Ideal trading windows. Get the whole morning and then around 2 o'clock be hopping on. Or trade London as well. Ugh, give it to me. So
Man, the
chat,
ES
as of
is giving a nice short here potentially. I'm not going to take it, but it's there.
what, yes? Hmm.
Yeah, it's pulling back. Only thing is if they close back through this high, you get your trade.
I was about to say like here we've traced back into the 60, so that I'm not in this, but that would have tapped me in on a small trade here. And it's already up 26 points just on this super small 3 minute move. Quite nasty chat. Quite nasty. Yeah, because if ES closes back above 68, 58, 25, that's gonna look good for some grind higher.
Yeah, agreed.
Agreed.
Yeah, no, it's not even that. It's not actually that much more money, to be honest. Like the ferry for two people was, I don't know. What was the stat? Which stat? Oh, the statistics of it going lower and higher. I don't know the exact statistics. Oh no, like I don't have them down. I can tell you that 10 taking out 9 high and then trading back to 10 a.m. open before 12 is like almost 100%. It's obviously not, but yeah, it's like 90 something. But like for example, today, what happens is like if you go down to like the 5 second chart, I'll show you. Um, 10 o'clock opens right here, takes out the high, comes back down, tags it, and then that's it. That's the stat. That's just the stat officiated. So like it's better when it goes like straight through and then you can play it back to it. So yeah.
Yeah. Also chat here. It's definitely looking like we're just gonna get a slow grind higher at 10. For those wondering as well, I'm actually not in this position. I decided not to fill out on this. Wasn't too big of a fan of it. But this would have been the SMT confirmation since technically with why I'm here, just to sort of give you guys a rundown as to why we formed an SMT at the 951 and 954. YM swept out the low. NASDAQ actually formed a higher low here. So NASDAQ was the leading asset in this SMT pair. If we want to confirm this SMT, we want to see a closure above a change in state of delivery, which was this 957 closure. So typically in a trade like this, I watch for retracement into the change in state, which we saw at 10:03, and now we're seeing a small expansion higher. So will we move a full 94 points right now? Honestly, depends. I'd like to see ES get above the previous high. I'd like to see ES get above 68.58 here, and see NQ close bullish relatively soon, which is not looking too good here. But honestly, if we don't see the confirmation of this trade, we're probably going to see a bit of consolidation and reaccumulation of some orders now. So we will have to wait and see, chat. Chat. But yeah, that's kind of, I'm not in this position. This is not an active position for myself. So I'll make sure not in this trade on
You have
that
that
one.
divergence at the high now. It's
Yeah,
starting to all come together.
yeah, shorts are going to be in play here soon. Can just make this note here, not in this trade.
Man, we're so far away.
Oh, waiting, waiting. Ain't this fun? Ain't this fun, Danzo? Ain't this a fun one? Chat, see if we can get the stream to 150 likes. So we've got 80 here. Let's see if 70 more of you in chat. We have over 200 of us consistently watching these streams. So I know for a fact that y'all been staying around for a minute. So if you haven't already, make sure you're liking and subscribing to the stream. I know for a fact you guys can do that. Let's see if we can get over 100. I can give like, oh my God, thank you, T.
I can give like, damn.
My
Bro,
God,
you'd
chat.
think that YouTube would give you T trades now instead of T trades edu.
Dude, I know. Oh my God, chat. T Trades is in chat. T Trades is in chat. Oh my gosh.
Shout out the real one.
The real,
He didn't switch up on his day ones when he got to how many subscribers does he have now?
like 465,000, something like that.
He's saving the switch up to at half a mil.
I was gonna say a mil. I'm talking. I got 7 figures in subscribers. Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah, when
Look at
T Trades
this.
gets to 400, no, 500,000 subscribers, no one's ever going to be able to speak to him ever again.
True. Akash says Propfirm compare website is looking real good. You betcha. Dude's been putting in the work.
I don't switch up.
This is true.
How's LA? He's so humble. I doubt that is the case. Okay, Vincent. Damn. Do you know the real T trades? Do you know the real T trades? Man, it's gonna be a sad day if this short plays because I could not take it, but I think it might play.
I just saw the realist. Yeah, these shorts are looking good. The ones you're talking about.
Yeah,
Chad, I
try to get
saw
that
the
through that 3 minute.
yeah, saw the realist tweet just now. Chad, I have to share this with the stream. This is from Nictus Futures. You'll spend 20 hours staring at charts during the week, 3 hours doom scrolling, trading Twitter, 2 hours watching some guru's YouTube video, but you can't sit down for 45 minutes on Saturday and Sunday and review your own trades. That's why you suck. Ugh.
Damn.
Ugh. Honestly, real.
Yeah, I like
So,
the ES short way more than I do the NQ short. That's for sure. With the divergence, relative weakness, I just not an ES trader. Friend Tintin, how you doing, sir?
wait 1 second. My camera's lagging a bit.
Dump it, por favor. Are you in?
Me? No, I'm
Nah,
not.
Paul.
Oh. No, these do look good though. These shorts look actually really good.
See. Finally nice weather in Chicago. You mean to tell me it's no longer cold? It's heating up in the city? It's going to be 80 here today. I will be touching grass. Shout out the weather in Chicago.
80 degrees. Damn.
What's it like in LA?
It's gonna be 60s today because we just had rain yesterday, and then the rest of the week it's gonna be high 70s.
Man, T really brings the weather with him, eh?
Yeah, I know. Big dog. And then the bay is looking, yeah, mid 60s this week, so a little colder.
Sean, just screenshot your dashboard, bro. Man, why is ES short better? Okay, so if you look at the high on NQ 1006 and then look at the 1006 candle on ES, ES failed to break above the 10 o'clock high. So there's that divergence there. Um, why did he just write that? Who wrote that? So basically, all I'm looking for is I'm looking for a pullback now. On ES, but then basically NQ just switched up, and NQ is actually showing more weakness than ES. But I prefer shorting the weaker asset. But the reality is I'm always actually just gonna I'm only ever gonna trade NQ. So I just prefer it when the divergence is the other way. ES sweeps the high, NQ fails. I'm gonna go harder on NQ at that point.
Yeah.
But like realistically, for those that know me, if I was in this NQ short, I'd be break even right here at this 10-15 push down because I don't want to see um it retrace off that 15-minute low, which it basically did earlier, right? If we look down here at this 15-minute low down here, 9:45 took out this low, and then you got that retrace. So you got that 15-minute swing confirm, and now you've got the opposite side. So I would want to see this candle just accelerate through this low like it has, and just not come back and test it. And realistically, for me, it would just be back to the opening range. And if it was to go to the opening range, I would be out of it. And if it was to go through it, I wouldn't care. Like I wouldn't look to hold it to here, because you have a 4 hour expansion on an hourly candle that could very much just trade higher, off of here. So for me, it could be like an 11 o'clock trade because I'm waiting for the swing to form on a day like this. But big gap down, big gap back up. Um, so yeah, T trades can kill two stones with one bird. Damn. True.
Does the vouch T? Does T vouch for this?
Never a truer statement said.
Yeah, actually, these ES shorts look really good with that SMT. Holy cow. ESNNQ with that confirmation at the 10:09 on the 3 minute. It's actually beautiful. Enough to make a grown man cry, chat.
T trade takes. Yeah, it's true. My TP is at a 953 low. Yeah, I've just seen it so many times. Just trade off of the high of the opening range here. Like this, like it did there at 953. Trade off that high and then respected it. And you basically just get this continuing trend to the upside. Yeah. I'm out for 120 ticks, trying to stick to those basics. Shout out Dylan.
Way to
Joey,
do
well,
it, boss.
I'm in this ES short and wish I'd taken NQ. Yeah. Just because they like NQ just relatively just shifted. Like it just started trading a lot weaker. When can we expect you to take a trade? When the market isn't so headline driven. Like and like imagine you're in this trade now. Like you're however many points away from TP, and then Trump just tweets that Iran peace deal has been agreed. Like I'm just gonna get tilted on that. So like I just try not to be to be in that unless it's super free. Like the trade is just makes no like it doesn't make sense for me not to take it. I'm seeking copy trading info. Please give me signal. Yeah, you need to speak to Leo in person about that. I'm sorry. If you just go over to his screen right now and start speaking to him about it, we can discuss it.
Yeah. T should have been on there for that QQQ call position. Woof.
Yeah, if you were awake, you would have made some money today. Stop sleeping in.
Dude, nah, he was hopping in the shower, I think. He was ripping it. Don't mean re-roll in the chat. Oh boy, watch out. I'm nervous.
You dislocated your shoulder again. You should probably get surgery for that, my boy.
Show the text from last night. Oh shit, I forgot. I haven't even checked my text this morning. Jeez, dude. Holy cow, in 8 months as well. Fucking A. Yeah, no, you're good. I'm not showing text. You're good. I'm just reading them. I'm not an idiot, boss. You're good.
Show me the text.
Just
Leo's got a Winter Olympics Games t-shirt, hoodie on. That's how you know you're an athlete.
how could you tell? Wait, could you see that just
Yeah,
now?
I can see it.
Oh, right, I forgot because it's not. I did chat. It's fire. That's my hoodie. I was like, wait, how can you see that? I was like, I see my box on stream. I was like, what?
I think T-Trace doesn't even have a face. He's really AI. It's true,
Yeah.
chat. It's true.
There's a
Bro, it's
fade.
face
No, but I
cam.
didn't realize the cutout. I didn't realize you could see it because I thought it was lower than that. I'm tripping. T, that's
Silly
horrible.
Billy.
Poor T, man. Keep on waiting, waiting,
How can
and
AI dislocate his
waiting.
shoulder? He's just programmed to speak about it every 3 months.
Yeah,
Every 3 months, he brings up his shoulder. He's got a cron job running, just on repeat every 3 months.
pops into a stream just on random occasion, guys. You never know. He could be anywhere at any
There you
point.
go. What's this random pop? Another news event?
Probably, probably.
Jumps 30 points.
Jesus, yeah, it's gonna be an invalidation. Likely. Not even gonna framework these anymore, Chad. This is just not what you want to be trading, man. So I'm happy. I'm just running away with my one singular shenanigans right now, and that's about it. But geez Louise, man. Chad, this is the type of PA that's gonna make me age. I said it.
Yeah, agreed.
Quarterly shoulder theory, bro. Oh my Lord, Dan. Quarterly shoulder. That's kind of funny. I can't lie. I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but it's kind of funny. Quarterly shoulder theory is pretty funny.
Man, everyone's on that quarterly theory that hype recently, aren't they? Ultimate. There you go. Now they're dropping it.
Start
Who
just
who
yeah.
closed their shorts like prematurely now? That's the real question. Thinking, oh, I'm gonna get stopped. You could fix your own bugs. Nope, because I didn't set it to BE. I wouldn't have hit BE anyway.
Oh my Lord, and silver looks horrific. Silver and GC on the 5 look just gobsmacked awful.
Oh, to hit your break even.
It was but yeah, chat. I think honestly, as of right now, nothing within the first 25 minutes of 10 a.m. makes me not want to trade, period. So for me right now, I might just be walking away with, I mean, closing the charts until PM session and just walking away with a nice $240 win and then an options win. That's about it for me.
Yeah, 40
We'll
points
see
up,
though.
40 points down. Yeah, and this is the thing, is like I don't get me wrong, I want to be in the market because like me not being in the market means I'm not making money or I'm not losing money. That's kind of my thought process. But like at the same time, if I'm not risking anything, I'm not making money right now, you know? And for like the last month and a half, I haven't made anything substantial to withdraw. So like I would love to trade, but like at the same time, I don't want to just put money on that then makes me lose more money. I would rather just be
Exactly.
selective and patient, keep these red periods to a minimum, and when the green periods come around, I'm thankful that was doing this, you know?
Yep. Process over profits, and the profits will come. Bang, bang. Yeah, chat, we'll see. Yeah, if you guys have any questions in general too, I'm bouncing. Cheers for the stream as always, can't let out. All right, Dan, have a good one. Sorry I missed that message. Hope you have a good one, boss man.
See that then.
40 points down, 40 points up in 15 seconds. Yeah, that would be a good representation of market over the past month and a half now. 2 months. The options trade today was I took QQQ calls
At the
uh,
low.
at the low. I've been data, I mean, literally, data was showcasing that there's an 80 in the past 3 months, there's an 84% chance when we have a breakdown, so we break the low, the IB low here, there's an over 80% chance in the past 3 months that we retrace at least 25%, and it's a 70.4% chance we retrace to the 40%. So this first line is the 25% retrace, second line is the 40% retrace. So all I did was when we broke down, I started scaling in and I sized into some QQQ calls. I sized into 609 calls in anticipation of the 40% retracement. And I got very lucky. we had extremely bullish or quote unquote bullish news about Iran that sent the market at 945 higher. So ended up being, I don't typically scout it by R, but my entry was at around 608.35. So in general, about a 5 hour trade on this, but it was more so like around 80 to 110%. So that was the options trade of today. Not too shabby.
Right, boys. I'm gonna bounce. I'm gonna go grab some lunch. No
Sweet.
trading for me today. Um, so yeah, appreciate you all. Leo, good luck for the next 20
Alrighty,
minutes.
thank
Feel
you.
free to
Yeah,
end early
appreciate it.
if it market doesn't do anything.
Yeah, no
Um,
worries.
so yeah, ciao. Appreciate you all. Much love. See you
Alrighty, much love,
tomorrow.
boss man. See you, see you. Leo, have you ever looked at options on the NQ futures instead of QQQ? I have, but that's the thing is if I'm most of the time just Qs for me have been playing really well. I trade SPX and Qs. Those are my two primaries as of recently. I've also been trading GLD, which is gold options. So for me, most of the time, I look more so for, I don't know, the Qs have just been working and just also doing some backed up by data stuff. Data has been showcasing some really strong correlation to the IB and the Qs in comparison to SPX. Not to say that SPX doesn't move, but it's been moving a lot better um, on the Qs in general. So yeah, that's been my take recently. Kind of been my take recently, man. Keep on waiting, waiting on the world to change. Gotcha. As of right now, no trades for me. I'm pretty hands off as of currently. Once again, if you guys haven't, make sure you guys are liking the stream and subscribing. We are honestly on a mission now for 3K subs on the Lab Live. This is free education on a daily basis. We're hitting all the major sessions, man. We're doing London, New York AM, and New York PM every single day, 5 days a week. 6 hours of total streams every single day being provided to you guys. I don't think you'll understand that's pretty insane. So make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, asking me questions on in regards to anything as well, because obviously I'm not in on price right now. So if you do have any questions, clarifying questions, general questions, whatever it might be, don't hesitate to ask. Um, do you use 0DT? Still flow, sometimes I do, sometimes I do. Like today's example with the Qs, I did use 0DT on Qs today, with the 609 calls since they were right at the money. But yeah, I think for the most part, I typically like if I'm taking my rule of thumb is I do 3 days out of the expiration for my intended trade. So if I'm intending on doing a day trade, if I'm using typical heavy size like with my options port, I'll use I'll do 3 days out. So if I'm looking for an intraday trade, 3 day expiration. If I'm looking for a weekly trade, I look for 3 week to monthly expiration. And if I'm looking for monthly, I'll look for three, I mean 3 month to 4 month, or I'll look for bi-yearly. So that's like the typical rule of thumb for myself. But 0DTs I do trade. Today I did trade 0DT, hence why QQQ contracts went super crazy for me. So yeah. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah. As of right now, though, not much to scout here. I think we're just going to see price continue higher slowly. Thanks, you guys are awesome. You guys are the best. Joel, still flow. We appreciate it. Thank you, guys. As of right now, we're probably just going to see a slow grind up on trend. I don't see anything else really happening other than that. I think we're really just going to see a slow grind up now. Above the new weekly opening gap, looks like price is just going to continue because, as I mentioned this morning with the 4 hour profiling, 4 hour profiling looked definitely good for a bullish expansion higher. Regardless, it was a little wonky. That's why I said I was looking for a temporary bearish retracement followed by a bullish expansion. So So we're looking like right now, chat. Honestly, nothing super crazy though, just kind of hanging out. Um, yeah, but we'll see. We will see, chat. Keep on waiting, waiting, waiting on the world to change. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Yeah, chat. All right, let's see. Thanks for the stream again today. See y'all tomorrow. See you. Sing some French songs. I think I'll be good for now. Do you have anyone you recommend to learn option strategies from? I'd like to get the framework to start trading there. There's so much BS to dig through to find something of value. I mean, generally, like, it depends. Like, options in general. The lab's currently working on some options content, which I'm actually leading on. If not, I can't pinpoint one single recommendation. John, I'd probably have I can't pinpoint one thing. I kind of learned from a collective of resources and like Investopedia and stuff like that too. So, where do you guys announce the winners from the for the sweepstakes? I'm not too sure as well. Sorry, I do apologize. I think it's either on the PFC website, email, or live. I'm not sure. One of the following. Not 100%. I do apologize. Need a T-Trades video on it, straight to the point. Maybe should I ask him if I should I feature? Should I feature chat? Should I feature on a T-Trade stream and just explain options? What do we think? I keep on waiting. His videos are the best. This is true. This is true. The 30-minute rant beforehand on a trading source just gives you the strategy and example. This is also true. He is goaded for that, dude. This is very true. My boy is goaded for that. That's a known thing. Use Robinhood? Nope. I use Public, E-Trade, and Webull. It's my three. Used to use Thinkorswim, but I don't use TOS anymore, to be frank. Chat, we see right now like price really isn't doing too much, so I'll probably cut the stream sooner around like the 10:45 or not 10:45. Around the yeah, around the 10:45 window here just because there's really not too much happening. So for me, there's a lot less that I want to do. So we'll see here. But yeah, I don't use Robinhood. Robinhood's not my most preferred platform. It's nice if you're trying to get into it. It's an easy framework. It's an easy UI, so you can kind of figure out what you need to do a lot easier. But for me personally, it's not really my cup of tea. Yeah, just seeing kind of price pulling in different areas here. Not super fun. He needs the expert platforms. Facts, Darian. I'm trying to find a platform just getting in options. Webull would be one of my recommended Panos. Webull's really solid. If you're trying to learn, it's a very simple UI as well. But there's a little more to the options side than Robinhood. So I would recommend definitely Webull is not a bad idea. Do you need the expert platforms, man? You guys haven't as well, make sure you guys are liking the stream. Definitely see this type of price action chat. We're just starting to range a bit. There's no reason, like honestly, I think I might end the stream very soon. Because right now, this is the type of PA where there's just very indecisive movement, right? Like clearly price has wanted to move higher. It's moving higher, but now we're seeing a chop around the new weekly opening gap. And so right now, all that's screaming to me is institutions are getting ready to reaccumulate orders prior to sending market in either a higher direction or a lower direction. So into a bullish trend or a bearish trend. And so for me, there's less reason for me to want to get involved with that when we have that occur. So honestly, there's really no reason to sit around the charts because if you sit around the charts right now, you're just going to want to framework trades that are very low probability, which in turn is just going to make you, it's going to hurt your accounts more, right? Because all you're going to be doing is just framing trade setups that aren't really relevant to your entry signature, or they might be, but it's lower probability. So just gonna get out of this short break even. I have no faith in it anymore. I mean, yeah, I just, I'm not gonna tell you what to do, Darren, but definitely it's just not looking like the cleanest, not like the looking like the cleanest PA at the moment. Like I took my win pre-New York session and took my options win, and honestly, I'm just gonna be content with that. I'm not gonna try and push it more than that, especially considering that market has now tapped into the new weekly opening gap already on Monday. So lots of different variables here that make me less keen on wanting to trade that. So I'll honestly, if you guys have any questions, I've never been a fan of Mondays, but thought I'd take a stab. We have 150 today. Yeah, we'll take that, dude. 150 is 150. So have 20 points in the short, then added like got up break even. Yeah, fair enough. But if you guys have any questions, I'll leave like a minute or two here to answer any of your guys' questions. And then if not, I'll probably be ending the stream. So don't hesitate to ask me anything at all. But just honestly, I want to preach good process for you guys, and good process means not sitting on charts that aren't giving you valuable setups. If I got off stream and a setup formed 5 minutes later, honestly, so be it, man. Market is going to present thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of different opportunities for me in my lifetime. So missing, one hour window or 1 2 hour window while waiting for PM session is not going to kill me, right? So just an important characteristic to make note of whilst you guys are kind of trading and getting into things like that as well. So that would be that would basically be it though, chat. So if you have not already, make sure though that you are liking the streams as per usual. Helps us out a lot in general. Yeah, no questions from the chat, it seems like. So honestly, guys, I'm not gonna sit around for 19 minutes and pretend like I'm gonna frame something for all of you. So I'll be ending the segment here. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys stay tuned for PM session. I believe we do have Alex running the Monday PM session for today. So if you have not already, make sure you guys have liked and subscribed to Lab Stream. We did take a winning trade during pre-New York session and also took an options winning trade live on stream in front of all of you. So we're doing some right here. We're providing some good education, regardless if we trade or not. There's lots of educational value being put into these streams, lots of time, lots of effort. So make sure you guys are supporting the channel if you guys do enjoy this style of what we're doing. And without further ado, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in today. Much love to every single one of you for tuning in as per usual. And I will see you all for tomorrow's AM session and then Wednesday AM session and Wednesday PM session. So I'll see you all soon. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great rest of your Mondays, and I'll see you all. Ciao, ciao.